giving me the opportunity to be here with you and share with you this week. Sit there, okay. Thank you very much. Also, Marisha Devi as the in charge of the institute here in Nanda Gram. So thank you very much. Basically, our purpose of coming here is to serve you in whatever ways we can in terms of professional development for the devotee community here.
Наша причина, почему мы здесь, чтобы помочь вам в обучении.
So we will start by singing to blessings.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare
viendo la lluvia. A ver, adelante.
The clock for the month.
Este mes lo tenemos ya
Todos.
todo en Zoom, que todo.
Todos los días.
Lo escucho.
How about your mind?
No sé quién es.
Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum lang vayate giri, yat kripat amaham vande, Shri Gurum Vinakaranam, Paramananda Maharam, Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram, Vancha Kalpa Tarupyascha, Kripa Sindhupya Yogacha, Ekam Bhavanyo, Vaishnavyo. Krishna, thank you very much for welcoming us and for giving us this opportunity and for being present for this weekend of devotional activity. So when I asked Yadamana Hari Prabhu what could be some relevant topics, we came up and discussing this theme, important aspects of the devotee's life. Yadamana Hari suggested these 4 themes, which I think are very solid, very important. I'll read them for those who are online. Maybe they don't see it so clearly. One is relationships, especially relationships among devotees. Another is team spirit, serving as a team, as a community, as everyone together. Another is balance of responsibilities in life. There are many areas in the life of a human being, and we need to take care of them in order to function properly. Have a reasonable amount of peace while performing all our duties, spiritual and earthly duties. This is a very important topic. And then, of course, spiritual program and sadhana, personal practice, devotional practice, which is what gives us a base as devotees. This is a natural characteristic of devotees. Devotees engage in devotional activity. Any other topics you would like to add? We don't want to limit. Of course, I mean, for each topic, we could do a full seminar, actually. We could do a full exploration. Here we will look into them and reflect on them according to the time we have. There may be other topics which, for you, those of you who are here, are particularly important. You would like, yes, I would like to give some time to that. So now we're looking at kind of looking at expectations, what will be relevant for you. Anything you would like to add to this weekend?
If I may, I would like to add outreach.
Outreach. Very important. Outreach.
Sharing, sí, compartir la conciencia cristiana, pero desde un punto de vista institucional. Como llegada, es como llegada, la llegada a otra gente nueva o a la sociedad.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else?
¿Algo más?
Anything else? No, it's oh, I see. Que borraron, ¿está? Creo que lo he escrito al revés. Por eso no estés acá.
No, no, es okay.
¿Cómo se etiquetas con dos T's?
Al final, me parece.
Al final, lo he escrito bien.
Sí, es francés. Etiquette.
Dos T's. Al final. Ok, lo había escrito bien.
Sí, sí, sí.
Anything else? Okay. So, any order you prefer, or you just go with the flow? Any particular order? The approximation of the seminar is quite flexible. There are devotees from different backgrounds, different countries. So I thought let's adapt it to the group. So it's quite fluent. Okay, good. Yes.
Hemos venido, yo que estaba diciendo, de que a ver por qué no explicas un poquito los diferentes aspectos de la actitud o los beneficios de la alimentación.
Okay.
Y eso.
Eso lo dejaré a vosotros. No sé, yo no.
He said that since they came and they are farmers, he wants Maharaj to explain about the benefits of agriculture and how we grow our foods and only for you, it was personalized. And Maharaj said, maybe you can do it to them.
Yeah, maybe you want to say something, but you are the expert, so you can also. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we will start with relationships. Okay, we start with relationships are very important in life. When relationships go well, we feel happy, isn't it? When relationships, especially with people who are particularly dear to us, don't go well, we feel pain. See? Like that. So relationships are very important at all levels of life. So I thought we could start with reading. I selected some readings for some of the topics which can help us to reflect on it, and then we can have some discussion, and then maybe do some exercise into groups on to explore the application of the topic. So we can combine some reading, some explanation on my side, and then some input from your side, and then sharing together. Courses. So regarding relationships, there are actually many sections in the Vaishnava Shastra speaking about relationships. For instance, Srila Rupa Goswami in the 4th verse of the Padishamrita writes about 6 exchanges of love and affection among devotees. Remember them? Dadati pratigrinati vidyamati ati punte bochayati chaiva chatvitam pritilakshanam. That's in Sanskrit. And then if we look at the meaning, some of you may remember there are 3 pairs of activities we can together remember. What are the 3 pairs of activities of loving affection among the devotees? Yes, that's very important. Uyamakiyati prikshati means sharing, revealing the mind of the heart to the devotees, and also hearing from them these exchanges. Yes, very good. And another 2 very important. Prasadam. Yes, this was said. Revealing the mind, feeling, and then prasadam is giving prasadam and accepting prasadam. So we find many instructions. I thought to read a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam from chapter 30, entitled The Activities of the Achetas. 4th canto, chapter 30. It's a verse. I forgot in the house my notes, so I thought I had it. I had to written the number of hours. That's why I'm taking find it. That a verse spoken by the Lord to the Prachetas. Oh, this one. Text number 8. So this is the verse, the Sanskrit verse. Bhagavan Vacha Parambrinet Vambhadrambo Yammen Ritmanandana Chapardena Takdharma Stokam Chalodena. Anyone likes to read aloud the translation? Somebody who can read English?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear sons of the King, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask benediction of me."
Thank you. Would you like to read out the purport?
Purport. Since the sons of King Prachinavarshi Varhishat were all united in Krishna consciousness, the Lord was very pleased with each and every one of them, of the sons of King Prachinavarshi Varhishat was an individual soul, but they were united in offering transcendental service to the Lord. The unity of the individual souls attempting to satisfy the supreme love or rendering service to the Lord is real unity. In the material world, such unity is not possible. Even though people may officially unite, they all have different interests. In the United Nations, for instance, all the nations have their particular national ambitions, and consequently, they cannot be united. This unity between individual souls is so strong within this material world that even in a society of Krishna consciousness, members sometimes appear disunited due to their having different opinions and leaning toward material things. Actually, in Krishna consciousness, there cannot be two opinions. There is only one goal: to serve Krishna to one's best ability. If there is some disagreement over service, such disagreement is to be taken as spiritual. Those who are actually engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be disunited in any circumstance. This made the Supreme Personality of Godhead very happy and willing to award all kinds of benedictions to his devotees, as indicated in this verse. We can see that the Lord is immediately prepared to award all benedictions to the sons of King Prachinavarshi.
Thank you. This is, we can say, this is a classical example from the Srimad Bhagavatam of devotee friendship and good relationship.
Este es un ejemplo clásico de la unidad y cercanía de los devotos.
In the Bible, we find the opposite example of Cain killing Abel.
El ejemplo opuesto de
We also find bad examples in Vedic literature as well. It's not that only the scriptures that are. So, but I'm mentioning this because they were brothers. Cain and Abel were brothers, and out of envy, one killed the other. Out of envy.
Uno quería matar a
Uno mató al otro.
Caín. Caín era el que no era mucho. Caín.
Sí, yo no sé, dicen que pasó las de Caín, supongo, por la vida infernal que le esperaba, ¿no? ¿Qué se dice? Aquí en España se dice ahí dicho, pasó las de Caín, ¿no? In Spain there is a saying when somebody is suffering a lot, say he suffered like Cain. Cain was the one who killed, but I guess because of the envy and then the hellish estimation after killing. So therefore he is saying it's a bit suffering what Cain went through.
В Испании есть такое выражение. Он ударяется Каин. Каин убил своего брата, но ему осталось очень сильно больно.
So, and here we find this, the Prachetas, these were 10 brothers, and they were the sons of a king named Barishat, China Barishat. And the Lord himself came in front of them because he was very happy with how they were treating each other. And we see that in projects of devotees where the relationships are good, things flourish, things are wonderful. And even if externally there may not be super big successes, but because the atmosphere is so beautiful among devotees, then Krishna is very pleased and the devotees are happy and everybody is happy. Here, Krishna is telling them, you can ask me now whatever you like. He's so pleased with them. God himself is telling them, ask me whatever you want, what benediction you want. Which shows how happy Krishna becomes when there are good relationships. Srila Prabhupada writes in the Nectar of Devotion, he quotes the Adi Purana, where Krishna states, the person who says he is my devotee, that person is not my devotee. The person who becomes a devotee, my devotee, that person is my devotee. And one of the principles of Krishna consciousness, sustaining principles, is Vaishnava Seva, serving to the devotees. Of devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also stated this, Gopi Bhartur Parakamalayo Dasa, Dasa and Dasa. I'm the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna, who is the master of the gopis. Therefore, to have good relationships among devotees is so important. I'm going to mix here one point of etiquette in terms of relationships. Sometimes we think of etiquette as something very formal, like very formal. And of course, to be disciplined, to be organized, to be respectful, that's most important. But even more important than these formal aspects is the aspect of the heart. Where there is affection, friendship, the respect is there coming from the heart, not just from being polite. Coming from the heart, not just the respect, there is affection, there is friendship, and the respect comes not from just being polite, civil, but comes from the heart. When there is genuine appreciation for the other person. And in that regard, I'd like to share His Holiness Bhakticharu Swami Maharaj, who met Bhakticharu Maharaj here in met. If you didn't meet, you know who he is? No.
Yes.
Yes.
No, Bhakticharu Kingo.
From Bengal. He was Srila Prabhupada's cook the last year. The last year, he was cooking for Srila Prabhupada. Unfortunately for us, he left this world during the COVID period, 2-3 years back. He used to visit the temple in Malaga. And he had written a book on Vaishnava etiquette, Vaishnava culture. A book. And one day during one of his visits in Malaga, there was one devotee, one female devotee. It was her birthday. And it was a celebration was arranged. Maharaj spoke. And he spoke how each and every member of our community is so important. We should give affection and support and care for each and then he described 3 elements of etiquette in giving that care and affection. He referred to respect as a foundation,
Уважение это
friendship,
дружба
and affection.
и любовь. Это affection.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Russian. Love,
Aspectos. It's not love, it's like tenderness. Kind of tenderness.
Kindness.
Yes, or kindness, be kind to the person.
Добрый.
It's near to,
yeah,
it's
it's
near to
it's
the show.
a matter of the culture. What did he say? I was Russian. So, and Maharaj was explaining, generally younger members of the community or juniors, they particularly offer respect, like we offer respect to the spiritual master and to the seniors, for respect predominates.
Младшие выражают уважение, старшие ответят, уважение,
Among equals, friendship is created, developed.
равными,
And with juniors, the elders, the seniors offer affection. In mundane experience, many times when somebody is more qualified than we are, we may envy that person.
когда кто-то более может быть враждебным.
Actually, the Prophet will tell the story of there were two friends who got one to school together, and then one of them became in the high court. He became a judge. And the other person didn't succeed a lot materially, and he was envious of that fellow. And when somebody told him, you know that such and such has become a judge in the Supreme Court,
Когда второй он не преуспел сильно,
this man said, no, that's not possible. He cannot be a judge. And then the other fellow said, but I saw him with my own eyes. I saw him. He was there. He was presiding the Supreme Court. I saw him on TV. He was there.
я видел его,
And he said, oh, okay, but for sure they are not paying him.
окей, хорошо, но он делает это бесплатно, не убивает.
So he had to find some fault in the person because there was no appreciation.
Ну, надо было найти какой-то
So that would be an example of what happens in materialistic life, in relationships from someone more successful or qualified than another. Then among equals in material life, there is like competition. Yeah, an example is the politicians. Many times it's like fighting, pushing, competing to try to get the power.
Среди равных политики, они соревнуются. Например, соревнования среди равных, например, там,
You may have seen some drawing of the two donkeys, and there is food here, food there. One donkey is pushing, they are tied together. One donkey pushes there, the other pushes there, and nobody can reach the pool. Two donkeys. They are tied together with the rope. But what they can do if they go together, they eat together here, they go together, they eat there. They are friends. But in material life, you think, no, me, I want to eat. And don't look at the others. Is it clear that so this is at the level of equals who compete instead of making friendships and helping each other. Yeah, was a junior looking at some of the more. And then in terms of somebody being more qualified or in a higher position, when in the material life, the person exploits the person who is below in qualification or position. Whereas in Krishna consciousness, the principle is to be affection, to be helpful, be compassionate. I remember one time I saw, one time we were doing some work in the Malaga temple for with a lawyer, we were doing some paper. And this lawyer was very qualified. He actually helped the devotees to buy the temple in Malaga because there were some occupants, some gypsies were occupying the place, and the devotees could buy very cheap because the gypsies were there. The property belonged to one lady from Finland. The property belonged to one lady from Finland, but then when the gypsies came in, she used to come on holidays to Malaga. But one time she came and a big dynasty of gypsies were occupying all the properties. Well, like 1 hectare, the house and everything was So the lawyer negotiated with the gypsies and said, okay, we give you this amount of money, you go. The Finnish lady she was Finnish. She wanted to sell the property. She wanted to just get some money and give me a break. So this lawyer helped to do the selling. Dharmaraj Prabhu, the leader of the community, they were starting the project. He accompanied the gypsies to the new place, the van and all the furniture. But the point I wanted to make is that after some time we needed to do some paperwork. And this elder lawyer, he was an elder gentleman, he took a younger lady who was becoming a lawyer. He arranged that she will do all the paperwork for us, so that she will get the money and she will get she was behind her. He was not greedy, he didn't want to take the business for himself, but he wanted younger people to grow. So that's an example of somebody affectionate. He wanted to, I could see he was like a father. He wanted to help the young lady. The elder man who helped us to the temple, later on he engaged this younger lady, who was new lawyer, but he was arranging that she will do the job, and he was, I could see, his fatherly I could feel the genuine concern to help her grow.
Старший адвокат, который все это организовал, он не стал это делать сам, он делегировал, дал эту возможность более молодой он сделал это изнутри.
This can be seen as a material example if you like, but still it's a good example of somebody not qualified supporting, not exploiting, but helping somebody to grow.
Como alguien, una posición superior que estaba no explotando, sino que ayudando a una persona que estaba.
This will be some important elements of etiquette in terms of relationships. So okay, no comments or questions you want to make on this topic?
You can see that we have different conditions. So in order to fix this relationship, you pointed out the problem. Fix this relationship, it has to be done as an effort in our day-to-day life, or we have to go back and see the roots.
Si tenemos que mirar hacia adelante, mirar las raíces, los condicionamientos. I would say we need to do both. We need to do both, and we have to see what's, like Srila Prabhupada says, Alena Parichiyate, judge by the outcome, by the result.
Я бы сказал,
like say, for example, if I have a problem in personal relationships, which is impeding me to have healthy relationships, then I need to approach somebody who can help me in rectifying that pattern of behavior that blocks me in the proper relationship.
если я вижу здесь проблему, страшно,
I think it was last weekend, you were with Mahajan Prabhu working on nonviolent communication. That's very much related.
Насколько я знаю, неделю назад общение в России,
I can say the same thing. I can say the same thing in a violent way or in a friendly, sweet way.
я могу сказать одну и ту же вещь.
I remember my good father used to tell me a story. My good mother was from South Spain, from a village, and she lived as a child in the period of the Civil War in Spain. Yeah, I want to share something that my father told me about my mother in their relationship.
Хочу поделиться этой историей. Я сказал мой отец о его матери во время гражданской войны.
And anyway, she went through a lot. Was a period where they were bombing, they were going to the shelter. She was telling me she was very small. She remembered when they were taken to the shelter during the war.
Я рассказывал, что она помнит,
So, and also she had a temper, very strong lady. She will speak strong. Very sweet, but also very strong. But later on, she grew her temper.
потом она выросла, и у нее было такое шаг, она говорит очень сильно.
So my father was sharing his memories of their personal relationship.
Мой отец делился воспоминаниями о отношениях.
And in the beginning, my mother will speak very strongly and shout at him. Will tell her something, but shout him.
Вначале мать кричала.
And my father, he said, I told your mother, this, what you are telling me, can you tell me the same thing without shouting?
Я так говорю, хорошо, а ты можешь сказать то же самое, но
My mother said yes. Then it was okay. Then talk, communicate. And they worked together until the end. Until my mother passed away, they were together. They lived together more than 50 years. So what I mean is that it's important to, in a relationship, the communication and the respect between each other.
очень важно иметь уважение.
But if somebody, in order to correct a particular pattern of communication, needs to take some training, some personal help, then it's good to do it. Why not?
Кто-то
Is that okay? Is there any other questions or comments?
I've been hearing a lot since the 90s when I went about three kinds of devotees and devotion says many things about how to in a way pray devotees.
especially about how the relationships between Dhamma, what. What I find, it's very clear to me how to relate with the person who is in a higher position, in the same position, in a lower position. What I find very difficult is it how to say if that person is really in that position. Maybe it's strictly, you understand what I said. This grading we normally do, it's not clear for me how, because sometimes people or devotees tend to look into, for example, if this devotee is initiated or is not initiated, if this devotee chants all the rounds or doesn't chant the rounds, or how many years in the movement, and so on and so on. So that is something which I have not yet cleared. Although I heard a lot about it, and even I know that there are symptoms of maybe we can shed some light into this.
You want to translate?
Para mí está muy claro cuáles son los diferentes relacionamientos entre y amistad y demás, y cómo deberían ser esos relacionamientos. Y está muy claro que existen tres categorías, pero lo que no está claro para mí es cómo darse cuenta si realmente esa persona, ese devoto, está en esa posición o no está en esa posición. A pesar de que he escuchado muchas cosas respecto de cómo se definen las características de cada uno, igual sigue estando un poco difícil para mí ese punto.
Yes, yes, there is a saying also. Srila Prabhupada quoted from Chanakya Pandit quoted the saying. He says, if a crow goes to the top of the temple, that doesn't make the crow Garuda.
Un cuervo va a la más alta de un templo, eso no significa que sea Garuda. Es una cita de Chanakya Pandit.
And then the meaning is that similarly, a person is what he or she is by his character, by his qualities, not by the external position that the person occupies.
La persona no es quien realmente es, por la posición externa que ocupa, sino por la posición.
We have heard also another example given by Srila Prabhupada. There was one time they make the jackal, they make him the king of the forest because some blue paint or some special paint followed. And he was unique species. So they made him the king, they put him up as the king.
El rey de la
Prabhupada
se le había caído encima un bote de azul, entonces era como que era distinto, era un chacal con pintura.
Somebody came with some bones or flesh or something and throw it, and then the jackal jumped from the throne to look for to eat the bone of what was thrown.
Tiró un hueso o algo. Esa comida saltó del trono y lo habían puesto en el trono.
So this illustrates that it's not about external position, but it's more about character.
Pero demuestra que no se trata de una posición externa, sino acerca del carácter.
But of course, as devotees, we are taught and it's desirable that we cultivate respect for each and every person. If somebody has been given a position, the person has a position, and we should honor that position.
Yes, yes.
Но у нас обучение
Una persona le dan una posición. Uno lo que debe respetar es la posición.
Like yesterday, Yadunandana Hari Prabhu was sharing with me his meeting with the the consul he met in Russia, Spanish consul in Russia, Moscow, to communicate about the visas for Russian devotees to come to Spain. He was telling me how when he met her, the lady was an elderly lady, and he asked her, how you want me to talk to address you? Like more formal or less, not so formal? She said, no, formal business. But he asked because, you know, Spanish people may like also people relaxing the communication. So he was honoring her position. He was not questioning whether she deserves or not. She has a position, so offer respect to But then going to the point of your question regarding Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama, these etiquettes, labels. I'm going to share something that Giriraj Maharaj shared some days ago. Giriraj Maharaj is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada who spent a lot of time with him in Hare Krishna Land project in Mumbai, in India. It's to the right, I'll read it. This is what he shared about the Kanishta Madhyama Uttama. He put into the context of something that happened in ISKCON in Prabhupada's time. So I'll read it. A few evenings ago, you can read and translate for them if you like sometimes. A few evenings ago, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj and I gave class together at ISKCON Juhu. During the questions and answers, a devotee asked, how can I recognize a pure devotee? And in response, I quoted Srila Prabhupada's reply to a letter from Pushpa Krishna Das asking about pure devotees. We advise everyone to address one another as Prabhu. Prabhu means master. So how the master should be disobeyed? Others, they are also pure devotees. All of my disciples are pure devotees. You want to translate or? I was telling you to translate sometimes to save time. Okay.
Una clase juntos,
Anyone sincerely serving the spiritual master is a pure devotee. It may be Sita Svarup, a charismatic devotee who brought Krishna Krishna, Srila Prabhupada and Krishna consciousness, or others, a Siddha Svarup, which means not Siddha Svarup. This must be very clearly stated. It is not only that your Siddha Svarup is a pure devotee and not others. Do not try to make a faction. Siddha Svarup is a good soul, but others should not be misled. Anyone who is surrendered to the spiritual master is a pure devotee. It doesn't matter if Siddha Svarup or non-Siddha Svarup. Amongst ourselves, one should respect others as Prabhu, Master, one another. As soon as we distinguish here is a pure devotee, here is a non-pure devotee, that means I am a nonsense. Why do you only want to be in the spiritual sky with Siddha Svarup? Why not all? If Siddha Svarup can go, why not everyone? Siddha Svarup will go, you will go, Shyamasundar will go, all others will go. We will have another ISKCON there. Of course, Mr. Nair must stay. Mr. Nair was a person who was trying to, had cheated the devotees. So Prabhupada is joking at the end. Can you follow? I will explain all the context.
El resto de todos los devotos de la vida espiritual, así que todos irán al mundo espiritual. Dice, bueno, el señor Nair se tendrá que quedar aquí. Luego picarán a los devotos que y le roban la tierra.
So the context of this devotee Siddha Svarup was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He had many followers in a yoga group. This devotee Siddha Svarup was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He came with many followers because he was like a yoga guru. So some of the followers, like this devotee Krishna Das, he was glorifying a lot Siddha Svarup, but was kind of saying others are not good like he is. But here Prabhupada is telling you, no, all the devotees who are serving should be valued and all of them will go to Krishna. And then I'll share what Giriraj Maharaj wrote after this. He said, it's there, it's below. Then that night, I had a philosophical dream in which I noted that the different categories of devotees, Kanishta means neophyte, Madhyama means intermediate, and Uttama means advanced, are meant primarily for us to assess where we are in Krishna consciousness and make further progress, not to judge others.
Y para hacer más avance, pero no para juzgar a otros. Es como que es para nosotros, es como está hecho este sistema de graduación para que nosotros nos subiremos, pero de los otros que se encargue Krishna, ¿no? Más o menos. So I was saying that this is meant to grade ourselves, but not the others. Let the others let Krishna grade. Is it?
Yes.
Once, can I say, once I heard the Nanda Gram speaking about japa, and he said that japa, our japa, is the best thermometer there is to grade our spiritual and our connection with Krishna. If we are chanting happily and we are getting at least some connection there, that means that we are advancing. If japa is difficult for us, if japa is something we don't want to do, then we have to understand that maybe there is something else we have to change. It's like he said that of all the processes we do, Krishna processes like kirtan, classes, lectures, prashadam, harinam, every aspect has like some reward, immediate reward. Like for example, when you do kirtan, you enjoy music and instruments and your friends jumping and dancing and so on. Prashadam, but japa is the only one that does not automatically gives us these kind of rewards. And thus, that is where we have to look in ourselves. It's great that we have this clear that it's for us and not for others. Thank you.
You want to translate?
Oh, escuché una clase de Nanda Gram hablando acerca de la llama, que la llama es como un termómetro para nosotros. Si cuando tratamos la llama nos resulta insoportable, porque tenemos que ver qué aspecto de nuestra vida no está bien, tenemos que hacer tomar acción. Y él decía que de todos los procesos de la conciencia de Krishna, la llama es el único que no tiene una recompensa inmediata. Hay alegría espontánea, tomar rayada, hablar y así. Cada cosa que hacemos tiene una recompensa inmediata. Pero que la llama no. Entonces, ese es el punto en el que uno puede decirse a sí mismo algo. Mi vida espiritual está aquí o está allá. Es algo que
Yes, we can explore this topic to be connected to the spiritual programs, sadhana personal practice. Tomorrow morning we can give the quality time for this.
like at the 4 a.m.
Also,
That was an easy show.
I think we can take another break and then we can do some group discussions on looking into something more about relationships. So we'll take a break now, like it's ¿cuánto normalmente paráis? 15 minutes, so we'll be until 5 to 12. Okay.